7 practices in, it feels too early to draw any serious conclusions. Normally, I'd agree, but the way reps are being handed out in Foxborough is already telling a story the camp scoreboard never will. Patriots Nation, listen closely. A rookie is being treated like the TE2. The secondary is revealing its emergency pecking order. 4 low-profile names are putting pressure on roster cuts, and one friendship inside the receiver room could affect the math behind the final 53. Today, we're decoding who is actually earning trust and which decisions Vrabel may be setting up away from the spotlight. Hit like and track it with us. The most valuable clue about Eli Raridon was not the touchdown in the corner of the end zone. It was who threw the ball and how often the rookie appeared with that group. 7 practices in, Raridon is getting work with Maye and the first-team offense, regularly lining up as the second tight end. He is no longer buried in the picture. His reps now demand a closer look. Friday's 7-on-7 period added more evidence that his hot start is real. He caught multiple passes, including that touchdown from Maye, but the design tells us more. Raridon threatens the seam and can pull away from second-level defenders across the formation. In an offense that may force extra attention toward A.J. Brown and Romeo Doubs outside, a big tight end attacking the middle creates a choice nobody wants. Put pressure on one area, and a defense may have to loosen another. That is where the spacing becomes valuable. Maye pointed to the traits accelerating that trust: size, speed, intelligence, and an understanding of both responsibilities at the position. More importantly, he praised what Raridon does when fatigue sets in. The rookie does not seek a substitute to escape a difficult rep. He stays in, works, and tries to execute it correctly. That behind-the-scenes detail carries weight. Doing it while tired shows whether the talent survives the grind instead of only flashing on fresh legs. Talent grabs attention on one play. Reliability keeps a player near the starting quarterback when the staff decides who can handle responsibility on Sundays. There is a second track to his development. Raridon remains behind Hunter Henry, exactly where he should be, and gets plenty of work with Tommy DeVito. The backup joked that one look at such a big target explains why the ball keeps finding him. Then he praised the hands, athletic ability, and growing confidence as the rookie absorbs the system. Reps with both quarterbacks are complementary pieces of the same evaluation, not conflicting stories. They accelerate his education in different settings without handing him a role before he has mastered it. That progress changes a conversation that once felt inevitable. Raridon had a quiet spring, and Julian Hill's season-ending injury opened the door for New England to pursue another tight end. 7 practices do not slam it shut, but they change the calculation. Before camp, a signing looked like a need. Now, any addition must justify taking reps from a player who is producing, learning daily, and earning veteran recognition. The threshold for looking outside the building has risen. Henry can see the game slowing down for the rookie and the connection between the field, film room, and corrections. That sequence means more than one catch. The real test still demands consistency, blocking, contact, and clean execution on tired legs, but Raridon is building a legitimate case for a rookie role. Instead of reflexively searching outside for an answer, New England can watch this develop longer. When a third-round pick starts changing the plan this early, the message travels through the locker room. The hierarchy can shift without an announcement. The cornerback hierarchy did not change through a planned promotion. It was forced into view. Carlton Davis left Tuesday's practice early and missed the next 3 sessions for an undisclosed reason. Each time Charles Woods was first up in his place. That distinction matters. It is not permanent, but a repeated choice shows who the staff trusts to keep the structure intact when a starter disappears. Woods spent last season as the 4th corner after New England claimed him off waivers at final cuts. Now he sounds like a player who no longer translates the system in his head before the snap. A full offseason brought comfort with the calls, an understanding of the defensive objective, and freedom to play. If Davis remains out, Woods must turn familiarity into stability. The staff is testing whether comfort can hold up when the responsibility suddenly grows. Saturday opened another window. Christian Gonzalez was limited for rest, which pushed Kobe Minor, Kindle Vildor, and Karan Prunty into more reps. Prunty made his count with an interception off Tommy DeVito. Minor answered with a pass breakup. One splash play changes the conversation. Surviving the cut demands that it happen again. Camp is exposing the emergency order while testing who can survive the cut. Then there is the larger issue around Gonzalez. While seeking an extension, he has remained a full participant in padded practices. His work has continued while the business side runs its course. Saturday's limitation was treated as rest, not a step away from competition. Mike Vrabel offered no negotiation update, saying progress would be clear when a deal gets done. He instead emphasized his top corner's professionalism, desire to improve, and ambition to become the best at his position. That approach strengthens both sides. Gonzalez wants recognition without pulling his work off the field. The Patriots must treat his extension with the seriousness a cornerstone deserves, even with private talks. Davis being absent, Woods moving up, and 3 corners taking advantage gives us a useful snapshot. The talent is there, but the safety margin remains under evaluation. That is the part fans cannot fully see yet. The room's biggest contract may own the headlines. The quiet choices behind it will decide whether this defense can breathe when its depth gets tested. Reps are training camp's most honest currency. Get more, and you have moved up the board. Turn them into production, and coaches must recalculate the cut. Empty camp hype is not the point. Access, opportunity, and what a player does with both, that is the point. 4 overlooked players occupy that space, each entering through a different door. Jam Miller is standing out while New England's defensive front controls most rushing periods. Even there, his quickness and ability to find small creases have flashed. Lan Larison still leads the RB3 race, but Miller is closing the gap. Cameron Dorner is taking another route. The undrafted receiver stacked positive days and earned reps with Tommy DeVito and the second-team offense. He has shown separation while Jeremiah Webb's season-ending injury created a developmental need. In a crowded room, Dorner may first be fighting to stay around the team. Even that promotion in reps tells us his case has gained substance. Tanner Arkin has nearly graduated from surprise status. His blocking keeps putting him with the top offense and fits behind Hunter Henry and Eli Raridon. It also creates short play-action chances. He is arguing that a complementary role can be worth a roster spot. On defense, Khalil Jacobs has been working beside KJ Britt and Chad Muma with the second unit. He registered a pressure Saturday and keeps showing up near the ball against the run from his off-ball linebacker spot. None of these players owns a headline. All 4 have real growing movement inside the rep distribution. That movement is worth tracking. I want to take the room's temperature. Which of these 4 underdogs has built the strongest case so far? Miller, Dorner, Arkin, or Jacobs? Put your pick in the comments because the most popular name may not be the one who solves the roster's most specific need. That gap between flash and usefulness sets up the tightest battle of them all. The most revealing line about Efton Chisholm had nothing to do with a route or catch. Mac Hollins talked about sustaining a standard after the first attention fades. During Chisholm's rookie year, they were often among the first inside the facility. They became close friends and built a routine. Now 24, Chisholm shows he did not simply copy the veteran. He absorbed those habits and made them his own. That difference is growth, not imitation. Hollins sees growth on and off the field. To him, Chisholm is learning how a professional prepares to last. He directly rejected the idea that the young receiver only shined in camp because he is small and white. Hollins's read is simple. Chisholm shows up because he can play. That support matters, but offers no automatic protection. If the internal respect runs that deep, every practice must show how his value fits in a brutally crowded room. But Patriots Nation, this is where things get really interesting. The math includes 7 names: I.J. Brown, Romeo Doubs, Mac Hollins, Kyle Williams, Demario Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, and Chisholm himself. Carrying all 7 into Week 1 feels unlikely. That turns every behind-the-scenes connection into an objective question. Which skill, role, or combination can this offense refuse to lose when it is time to cut down to 53? Brown and Doubs arrive to raise the ceiling. Hollins brings experience and an important place in the team's daily culture. Douglas offers his specific profile, while Williams would be a surprising cut. Boutte remains open to a trade after requesting one in the spring. If a sensible offer arrives, a move could keep Chisholm and Williams without exposing them to waivers. That possibility fits the roster but still depends on the market, the return, and New England's evaluation through camp. Vrabel laid out the philosophy without giving away the ending. He values depth, but the Patriots will seek improvement through draft capital, another player, or the receivers already here. Roster-wide competition is the method, not decoration. In this room, friendship helps development, praise confirms internal respect, and production buys time to argue. None secures a job alone. Chisholm is not trying to survive as last summer's feel-good story. He must prove he has matured enough to force a solution to the congestion. Maybe it involves Boutte. Maybe the field rearranges another part of the line. The relationship behind the scenes explains who helped Chisholm grow and why his second year looks different. The next phase will show whether that growth changes a roster decision. After 1 week, the picture is still drawn in pencil, but we can already see who has earned more room. Raridon offers an internal answer where the Patriots had a question. Woods and the young corners reveal how the depth holds up under pressure. 4 underdogs are turning reps into arguments, while Chisholm tries to make personal growth beat a ruthless 7-receiver equation. My verdict? Vrabel is using camp to discover roles, not merely rank names. Patriots Nation, tell me what you think. Do you agree with that read? Or are we giving the July signals too much weight too soon? Respond, subscribe to Patriots Club Fans, and come back tomorrow. The next clue could reorder the whole line.